This episode is dedicated to Mubarak. These were some of his words that he shared with us on Doltag. Take a listen.
Mubarak here, um, full stack Web3 engineer at Insomnia Labs, New York, together with Leke, my guy. Yeah, apart from
Okay.
work, I think for myself, it's just I'm a pretty chilled guy, and I like to take things calm. Yeah, anything I do, I like to take
Uh,
things calm, relax. Yeah, that's it for me.
oh, that's
Yo,
all.
but wait, how many female listeners do you have?
Okay. I think actually Spotify has a way of splitting the gender of listeners. I think I can check that out for you. But might not be now, sure.
Yeah,
Actually,
no, that's some Mubarak, don't worry.
let me just give Mubarak a chance to talk about what he's most grateful for 2023.
Thank you. I think for me, it's I'll say I'll put it into three. One is gift of life. Um, yeah, I'm just really grateful for that because I'm able to keep going. Right. Second will be the gift of amazing friends. So in 2023, I think the previous years as well, a couple of things happened that they are enough to probably just keep a man down forever, man. But when you look at the kind of friends you have,
Mm.
when I look at the friends I have, the circle I mean, family as well, right? There is this constant source of motivation to keep going. So I'm really grateful for that. And I think the last thing, of course, not the last thing, but the third most prominent thing will be um, that I'm able to keep my sanity,
Mm.
which makes me
Interesting.
able to keep making good choices, right? So yes, I think that's it.
There are some people that don't move past it very easily. What do you think they can do, Mubarak? What's your own advice as regarding moving past disappointment?
Yeah.
Yes, just like Khalid said, I also like to think of myself as the hard guy. So yes, I do also move
Mm.
past things easily, but I think recent years has taught me that it's when you're faced with issues, that's when you actually know if you can actually move past it, right? When you hear someone else's story, you might
Mm.
think, "Oh, why is that keeping you down?" Right? But it's probably because you haven't been through that yourself, right? So I think you have a wide audience. I don't
Yeah.
want to. There's a Yoruba saying, "Ẹni tí ìjà ò bá dé bá ló máa ń pera ẹ̀ lọ́kùnrin." For people who don't understand Yoruba, I think I can put that in English and say it's until you're faced with issues that when when you're not faced with issues, you might think you are the guy, right? So until you're faced with those things, that's when
Mm.
you
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
yeah,
the hard
stuff
guy.
like that. So for me,
Yo, why you shading Khalid?
now I'm not shading. I'm not shading. Like I said, I also think of myself. No, it's not.
I mean,
It
direct
really
shade,
isn't,
but
right? Like for myself, I also think of myself as a hard guy. For 99% of things, I would move past it instantly.
Mm.
So I think the way that what has been helpful to me to overcome those things, most times it's when I look at people around me, right? It's you can't emphasize it enough. You can't overemphasize it. Your circle determines your outlook in life, right? If you move with people who likes to stay down on little things, well, I can call them little things to myself. But if you move with people who likes to stay down on little things, it wears off on you as well, right? So when you look at people in your circles and they are your sources of motivation, I think that helps you to move past some things that might be difficult for you to navigate yourself. So I think that's the first thing, really. Associate yourself with great-minded people. That's the first thing, exactly. Second thing would be second thing would be family for me. Um, I'm blessed with a great family. I'm glad about that. Of course, there are downsides, but for the most part, I can always go to my mom and she doesn't push me away, no matter what it is. Right. So there is love there and it always helps. It always helps. You can't outgrow your family, no matter what. You can't choose them, right? You can't choose them, but you can't also outgrow them. So even in the bad times, when bad things happen, you don't push them away because they weren't there for you or stuff like that. You reparate those things because they are the ones that are always going to be there for you, always. So I'm always grateful for that because it's my second source of that energy to keep going no matter what happens. So yes, I think that's pretty much how I navigate those things. So honestly, it's important to feel the feels whenever anything happens, because if you keep bottling things up, you get to a point where there is no more space, there's no more room to keep bottling them in. You'll have to explode, right? So it's important to just feel it whenever you need to. If you have to do it, please do it. There is no award. I don't know if they are sharing an award elsewhere, but there is no award for the hardest guy. There is none. Honestly, we're just suffering in silence. There is no award. But it's also important. It's also important to be careful though. So when you are feeling those emotions, when you're embracing the issues that have happened, it's important to not go into denial. I think that's the part where it might be difficult to get out of it. So be careful not to go into denial. Embrace it, but don't let it continue to weigh you down. Some people like to cry. Some people need to cry, right, to process what they're going through. But there has to be a point where you stop, right? There has to be a point where you let it go, and then you move on to look out solutions. Okay, so you don't continue wallowing in that tears. It doesn't solve the actual issue, right? I think because I'm a pretty issue based, solution based person. Whenever something happens, I'm thinking of what's the way out of this, what's the solution. It doesn't mean I don't
Engineer,
you know
engineer.
yeah, I mean that's why I'm a good engineer, of course. Of course. But in other aspects of life, some things you just have to process them first before you start thinking of solutions. Because if you don't even process them completely, you might not understand what the root of the problem is. Right. So it's when you process things, you think about it a little. That's where you identify all the possible sources of the problem, because you need to do that before you think of solutions. So you're not, solving the problem that doesn't exist. You understand? So it's important, but be careful not to go into denial, right? Yeah. It's something I thought of recently. A lot of guys don't do that.
Okay.
This is more of a ladies thing. Whenever ladies are having any challenge, they usually want to talk to someone, usually whoever they are with, their partner or
Mhm.
close friend. But guys don't seem to understand that. I've personally had issues with women in the past where you have an issue and then you come to me with that thing, right? You told me about it, so I assume that you want a solution, and then when I talk to you about possible solutions, you just get vexed, right? But
Mm.
actually, later on, I got to understand that some people just want you to, be there for them. Like they just want you to know about the issues they are having, just to empathize with them, not necessarily, problem solving mode instantly. You understand? So I think that's one thing a lot of ladies do naturally, and guys seem to have problems with it. But I think men also probably should do that, because you're not always looking for solutions, but hearing something from someone else's perspective about the same thing, it gives you more clarity. It also helps you to, how do I put this? It helps you to take a step back on some things. You might be overthinking some things, and when someone else tells you the same thing from their point of view, it helps you to have more clarity on that thing and say, oh, right, exactly, this is this I'm talking about, this is that. So I think guys do not tend to do this naturally, is what I'm trying to emphasize here. And for guys, I think you might want
Okay.
to
Yeah.
just have someone to empathize with, even if they can't solve your problems, right? I think for now, I still
Okay.
see myself as a software engineer for the foreseeable future. So I'm not learning anything professionally or career wise outside of software
Mhm.
engineering. I've been learning some things on the hobby side. I've been taking up some things on the hobby side. So I think I learned to swim I've been wanting to do this
Oh.
for a long period of time. My mom never allowed me to go to local rivers while I was growing up, so I never learned to swim while I was growing up. I've always wanted to learn it, so I was able to do that this year. Also, I think I love music a lot. I particularly love stringed instruments. So I picked up a guitar in 2023 as well. I started learning.
Mhm.
I think I've been learning personally. It hasn't been going well. I'll be honest, it hasn't been going well.
Oh, okay.
I think mostly because of work and also because I came to realize that it's pretty difficult to learn to play the guitar online. It's not like it's not like tech.
Mm.
It's not like
Yeah.
technology. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've always thought I can always learn anything online, but it's not the case. So I think for this year, yeah, I have plans for that for this year to just go from there. But last year, I think I picked up more of this.
So what is home really? You can leave home now.
That's another perspective, oh,
the,
guy.
Actually,
the funny thing for me,
yeah.
yeah, go ahead, Mubarak, go ahead, Mubarak.
Oh yes, I'd say I identify with that. I think that way really, and the reason why is I think it was in this. Which anime was that? I think it was in Naruto. I recently rewatched it again. There was this phrase. It says, home is where people think about you," and that's something I like. I like that phrase. I like that sentence. Home is where people think about you. So personally, me, I think I
Nice.
want to take on a nomad lifestyle. I want to travel the world. I want to explore different places. But I think of Nigeria as the place where I have to always come back to. And the reason is simple. It's where I have people that loves me, that knows me right from my childhood. So even if I eventually end up leaving Nigeria because of the state of things, I will always come back here, really, because I mean, I might move everybody in my family out of the country as well, but I mean, there's a limit, right? There is a possible limit. So, but Nigeria is where you know people, you know a lot of people. People think about you. I think that's why I'll still call Nigeria home, even if I end up leaving soon.
Oh, thank you, guys. Anybody has any last word? No one
Last
last
word:
punchline I want to show.
no grief for anybody.
No.
No grief for
No, I beg
anybody.
you. No
Even
gree
those goals, even
for
those plans you have for
for
the year,
any fucking
Omo,
no
soul.
no
grief for
gree for
those
yourself.
goals.
And those were the last words of Mubarak on Tag. We believe that you're in a better place right now. We miss you. We love you. Take care.